Hi, welcome back to Raunchy Reality Recap. So in this video, we're going over Melissa and Louie. And I told you in the past couple videos with the Love After Lockup and a lot of my videos, I haven't been doing, and a lot in the past month and a half. But I'm trying to catch up now. And if you catch these on YouTube like I do, definitely check them out Saturday or Sunday because YouTube is taking them off immediately. So definitely check those out in a quickness. So anyways, we have Melissa and Louie, and we know Melissa and Louie went to high school together, and it always we've seen a couple girls like this where they want the guy from their high school, the cute bad boy from the high school, and now he's finally up for grabs since 20 years later and he's getting out of prison. Kind of feels like that old guy from like the insurance commercials that was dressed up in the fishing gear trying to catch something with the dollar. It just reminds me, like, these girls remind me of that. It's kind of sad. Y'all, I feel for y'all because y'all still pining after these like boys who were cute teenagers and now they're dudes with abuse issues and prison time. So yeah, they done hit this peak, sweetie. It was back in high school. You should have dropped that crush back in high school, sweetie. But anywho, so in the past couple episodes, his mom's crazy. His mom is controlling, crazy, and a helicopter mama, and the lady's insane. So anyways, they end up sneaking out because in the last episode, she didn't want them to leave, to go to a hotel overnight, which, I kind of get. She was worried about the parole officer showing up. And if you remember Heather? Heather? Yeah. That Heather? Woo, woo, woo. You remember her and what was her boyfriend's name? I can't remember the name. I just remember she was insane. So yeah, that Heather. Remember how she and her man ended up getting a hotel room? She was staying with her, like, great aunt or something, and she thought her great aunt had a crush on her boyfriend. But you remember how the parole officer ended up showing up the morning after he got released. Well, that's why I think, it was a normal thing for his mom to be concerned about that. So I understand his mom's concern there. But why wouldn't his mom be like, y'all know, you know what? I want you to be safe. So y'all have the house. Okay. That way y'all can be here in case the parole officer shows up in the morning. And I'll go stay at a friend's house or a hotel myself. And that way y'all can have your alone time, but still don't have to worry about the parole officer showing up. And I can, I don't have to worry either. So that's what should have happened, but it didn't. And plus she wanted them in separate rooms, dude. Like she was having the girl sleep on the couch and him sleep in the bed, which, I mean, come on. Like, your boy's 40 and been to jail. I mean, I think the whole hoping he keeps his virginity thing is not going to happen. So anywho, they end up sneaking out and getting a hotel room. Well, in this episode, we wake up and they're talking about how they did the dirty. He's like, I haven't had sex in like 10 years. And with these, I'm always waiting for them after they said, I haven't had sex in so long. I'm waiting for them to say with a woman afterwards. I know that might be awful for me to say, but I really like it. It always like makes me giggle in my mind after they say that because I'm waiting for them to say have sex in 10 years with a woman because we all know what goes on in prisons. Anyways, so they were talking about that and then they were talking about how she was on her time in the month, why it was happening, which I didn't know why we needed to know that. But anyway, so they start heading over to, or I'm sorry, his mama calls him. Apparently, his mom was calling him all night or this morning because she got up. She didn't see what they're there. She was yelling at him, saying an unmarked car is outside her house. It might be the police, the parole officer. She's freaking out, and they're like, we're going to go and head over to the parole office. Don't worry about it. And Brainy's like, if my dad was talking to me like that, would you be okay with it? And home dude's like, well, that's daddy. I figure he got a handle on it. He's a dude that's like, I am not going to, insert myself into any drama. I'm pretty sure with how his mama is, he's been dealing with drama his whole life, and if there's any way to get out of it, the dude's going to try to get out of it. Trying to avoid that drama. So that's how I see him. So they start heading over, and they start talking about, will they be able to go up to New Jersey? Will his parole officer let him move to New Jersey? And Melissa's worried about, them not being together and everything, and now he got him a little taste of something of hers, and he might want taste of somebody else that might awaken the demon in him. So she's worried that after all this time of, pining after him since high school, she finally gets her claws into him. And, if she has to stay alone for 6 months or a year down in Georgia, she might, lose him to another lady, that wasn't paying for everything while he was in prison and paying for his way. So, yeah. Melissa's worried about that, which, girl, if you got to be worried about that, then what's the point of being with him? If you're so worried about that, and after you spend all that money on him and everything, you got to worry about him going and getting some strange. Girl, it wasn't. You should have just never been with him to begin with, because you knew this might be a part of it. You knew there might be him staying in Georgia and y'all being apart for even longer. So, I mean, and you don't really know what he was doing in jail, if he was actually getting some on the side or not by, another prisoner, maybe a correction officer. Girl, we don't know what goes on in those prisons, so who knows if he was actually faithful for you or not. So anyways, they get over to the parole office. She's on the phone, I think with her sister or a friend or somebody, and then guess who shows up at the parole office? His mama in a muumuu, like one of those morning dresses that old folks wear, banging on her window with a damn wooden spoon, like she just got done frying up some chicken, and she's like, "Where's my son? He's not here. Let me go find him." And just went out all in her morning gear. Like, she was looking crazy. And then, of course, son comes out of parole and everything, out of the parole office, and he's like, "Dude, what is your problem?" And I think Louie probably is more level-headed than most of the people we see on this show, especially when it comes to him standing up to his mama in front of his girlfriend, So, yeah, I kind of like him for that. I don't say I like him all the way, because I haven't seen that many episodes yet. So anyways, they start talking about his, what the parole officer had said, but it kind of cuts out. Now, I don't know if it's just because I was watching it on YouTube and it cut off, or it's just that's how they did the show, because you know how they are. They like to leave cliffhangers. But he didn't say if he was going to be able to go to New Jersey or not. But in the car, when she was talking to his mama, she was asking, I know you moved down here when he went to, or she moved down to Florida when he went to college, and she asked his mom if she's going to move up to New Jersey, and she's like, well, she might. And I was, yeah, she did not want to hear that answer, and I completely understand why, because his mama just seems like she is overbearing, too much to deal with, and his mama needs a friend or a boyfriend or something. Somebody, a hobby or something to occupy her time, because it seems like one of those moms who they basically live for their son, and their son is their world, and their son is their best friend, and that's always a bad situation. I don't know. I don't care how you look at it. That's not good. But anyways, that's all we got for this episode. I'll keep you in touch, or up to speed with the next episodes as well. And check out the other videos I have also with the other couples from Love After Lockup for this week's episode. So like, subscribe, and share. Y'all have a great day. Bye.